In a quiet village, nestled between rolling hills, lived a young man named Kyle. He was known not for his strength or wealth, but for his perpetually troubled mind. His thoughts were like a stormy sea, restless, chaotic, and loud. He yearned for a moment of peace, a single quiet wave in the ocean of his mind. One day Kale heard tales of an old Zen master, Master Alara, who lived atop the highest mountain, a place of serene beauty and profound tranquility. They said she held the key to taming the wildest of minds. Filled with a glimmer of hope, Kale decided to seek her out. The journey was arduous. He climbed steep paths, crossed rushing rivers, and navigated dense forests. With every step, his mind screamed at him to turn back. "It's too hard," it would whisper. "You'll never make it," it would mock. But for the first time, a small, defiant voice within him pushed back, urging him forward. After days of relentless travel, exhausted and covered in dust, Kale finally reached the summit. There, sitting under a gnarled ancient tree, was Master Alara. She was old, her face a tapestry of wrinkles, but her eyes shone with a light that seemed to pierce right through him. "Master," Kale panted, bowing low, "my mind is a storm. I have no peace. Please, teach me how to discipline it." Master Alara looked at him, a gentle smile playing on her lips. She didn't speak. Instead, she picked up an empty cup and a pitcher of water. She began to pour the water into the cup. She poured, and soon the water overflowed, spilling onto the ground. Kyle watched, bewildered. "Master," he said, "the cup is full. It can't hold any more water." Master Alara stopped pouring. "You," she said softly, "are this cup. Your mind is so full of your own thoughts, your own worries, your own noise, that there is no room for peace to enter. Before you can learn to discipline your mind, you must first learn to empty your cup." Confused but intrigued, Kyle asked, "But how do I empty my cup?" "Follow me," she replied, leading him to a small, clear pond. "Look into the water. What do you see?" Kale peered into the pond. He saw his own reflection, distorted by the ripples on the surface. "I see myself," he said, "but it's shaky and unclear." "The water is your mind," Master Alara explained. "The ripples are your thoughts. As long as you keep stirring the water, you will never see a clear reflection. The first step to discipline is not to fight the thoughts, but to simply watch them, without judgment. Sit, breathe, and watch." So, Kale sat by the pond. For hours, which felt like days, he just sat there. His mind raged. It brought up every fear, every failure, every insecurity. He wanted to scream, to run, to give up. But he remembered the master's words. Just watch. He watched the thoughts come like clouds passing in the sky. He watched them go. He didn't engage. He didn't argue. He just observed. Slowly, miraculously, something began to shift. The storm in his mind didn't disappear, but the waves became smaller. The roar softened to a murmur. For the first time, he felt a space between his thoughts. A moment of pure, unadulterated silence. It was fleeting, but it was real. He returned to Master Alara, a newfound calm in his eyes. "I understand," he said. "Observing creates distance, and in that distance, there is peace." The master nodded. "Good. Now for the second lesson." She handed him a small seed. "Plant this in the garden. Water it every day. Weed around it. Protect it from pests. Do nothing else. Just tend to this one seed." Kale did as he was told. Every morning he would go to the garden. He'd water the seed, carefully pull out any weeds, and ensure it was safe. It seemed like a simple, almost pointless task. His mind often wandered, wanting to do more, to see faster results. "This is a waste of time," it would complain. But Kyle persisted. He focused all his attention on that single task. He felt the coolness of the water, the texture of the soil, the fragility of the new sprout as it finally broke through the earth. He was fully present in the act. Weeks turned into months. The seed grew into a strong, healthy plant, and one day it bloomed, revealing a flower of breathtaking beauty. Kyle looked at it, his heart swelling with a quiet pride. He went to Master Alara. "The flower has bloomed," he said. "And so has your focus," she replied. "Discipline is not about forcing your mind. It is about gently guiding its attention. By focusing on one simple task, you taught your mind to stay in the present moment. You taught it to find purpose and beauty in the now, rather than being lost in the past or anxious about the future. Kyle finally understood. Discipline wasn't a punishment or a cage for the mind. It was a practice of gentle redirection. It was about emptying the cup through observation and filling it with intention through focus. He stayed on the mountain for a year, practicing these two simple lessons. He watched his thoughts like clouds and tended to his focus like a garden. The storm in his mind didn't vanish forever. Storms never do. But now, Cale was no longer a helpless boat tossed on its waves. He was the calm, steady lighthouse, observing the storm from a place of strength and peace. He had learned that he couldn't stop the waves, but he could learn to surf. When he finally returned to his village, people were amazed at the change. His eyes were clear, his presence was calm, and he radiated a quiet confidence. He hadn't gained great wealth or supernatural powers. He had gained something far more valuable: mastery over his own mind. The story of Cale teaches us that disciplining our mind isn't a grand, complex battle. It's a daily practice of small, simple actions. It's about creating space through observation and building strength through focused attention. It's about emptying our cup of mental clutter and choosing what we allow to fill it. Like Kyle, we all have the power to transform our inner world from a raging storm into a peaceful garden. It begins with a single breath, a single moment of awareness, a single conscious choice to be the master of our mind, not its servant. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more content to help you on your journey. We'll see you in the next one.